All right, people. This is Lucifer here once again, business and spiritual consultant. Man, hey, how y'all doing? Um, so yeah, man. So this is okay. Now look at here, man. Give me a second here, man. So you got this guy, right? This guy is talking about like paranoid, unbalanced paranoid schizophrenia. Like he knows about fucking psychology. First of all of the words that you used in your title, Elmira, are words that you heard somebody else say because we all heard you read the other day, and there's no fucking way that you ever read a fucking psychology book. Get the fuck out of my face. Like we all heard you read. You read it. You made fun of yourself in the video saying this nigga can't read. You made the joke yourself. You know what I mean? So there's no fucking way you never read a psychology book. Stop. Stop. Stop it right now, bro. Like me, the thing is, I don't read a bunch of psychology books. I don't read a bunch of psychology books, but I'm a fan of Carl Jung. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I like a lot of the things that Carl Jung says, and he has done too during his time. And he's an occultist. Most people don't know that, but the grandfather of psychology, which is Carl Jung, was actually a practitioner of the occult. He was a demonologist. You know what I mean? This nigga used to conjure up demons. Most people don't know that. So Carl Jung is a very weird individual because you're gonna see him in psychology shit, and you're gonna see him in, because people reference him in magic books. You know what I mean? We do reference him in magic books. So a lot of people don't know that, or a lot of people might think it's not the same Carl Jung, but it is. It's the same guy. You know what I mean? So I don't think all my psychology from Carl Jung, but if you read a lot of magic books, if you read a lot of like psychology books, his name comes up over and over again. So there's a lot of theories that actually came from him. You know what I mean? And some of the theories actually make sense. So, anyways, flash forward. We're not talking about that. It's just I know for a fact that this because you're putting out big words here in your title, calling people paranoid schizophrenic and shit like that, unbalanced paranoid schizophrenic. So this nigga, like, I can hear the Ocean 13 music. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear the ding 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 ding. You know what I mean? I can hear it. I can hear it, bro. I hear the ding 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 ding. You know what I mean? So the thing is, what happened was, you're a Mason. Another thing that you said yourself, you're a Mason, right? But this is the thing about Elmira. Like, he does magic and nobody else does magic. You know what I mean? Like, he's gangster and nobody else is gangster. You know what I mean? Like, he does voodoo and nobody else does voodoo. Like, so now he's saying he's a Mason and nobody else is a Mason, right? Because that's what the Illuminati is. The Illuminati is a masonry group. It's a group of Masons. The Illuminati is a hidden group within a group, right? So they're like, it's a double secret. Like, a lot of people are like, only the elites are part of the cabal. That's why they call it a cabal, because it's a bunch of groups. They tagged the word Illuminati in one of my videos. Like, it's a bunch of groups. It's a group comprised of many other groups. So it's a cabal. That's why people always refer to it as being a cabal, because not all the people that are involved come from the same place. So it's like a subsidiary group within a group of people. You know what I mean? So it's only the highest elite that are part of that shit. But the thing is, what that doesn't make sense with this guy, and he's calling people paranoid schizophrenic, is that he's a Mason too, right? He's learning the same things that, well, You know what I mean? Like, he's not learning the same things that Illuminati knows, but he's on the path. You know, he's on that path. So the weird thing is, how can you call people paranoid schizophrenic when you yourself, you're a Mason? And we're talking about a Masonry group, and you're telling, so basically you're saying that that particular, your Masonry group exists, but that particular Masonry group does not exist. Like, wow. Like, dog, like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh, but that shit's funny to me, bro. Like, that shit makes no sense. How the fuck could you be part of a group that's exactly the same as the group that other people are talking about and then tell that the group does not exist when you're part of a group that is exactly like that group? What? Unbalanced paranoid schizophrenics. Shit. Really? Wow. Wow. Look, I get it. You're butthurt because I said most of your clients are imbalanced individuals. They are. They are imbalanced. They need a psychologist. They need a therapist. They don't need somebody to tell them to go fucking fuck their minds up more. You know what I mean? Because that shit's not good for you. That's low frequency kind of shit. You're in the low frequency. You're in the low vibe. You know. You're in the low vibe. I can. You know, like, I could do that shit too. I can do love magic too, man. Like, you know what I mean? I like magic. I love like money magic more than love magic. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I do like, I have beautification. You know what I mean? I do use beautification, which is a form of love magic, but I'm not. I'm charming people. I'm in enchanting people. I don't, you know, I don't fuck with their minds. I'm just alluring to a part of their brains that's kind of like, you know, oh, this is alluring. You know what I mean? Like that. It wakes up the. It just I just activate a part of your brain. It's not like I'm not controlling you. I'm not, you know, forcing you to do things. I'm not putting blockages in you. I'm not forcing you to look at me. You cannot look at me if you want to. You can even not find me beautiful too, even though I'm trying to be enchanting. Enchantment doesn't work on everybody. You know what I mean? Enchantment doesn't work on everybody. It's like the story of Medusa. Most people don't understand that Medusa only turn people to stone if you lust after women. Those are the only people that can turn into stone. Like, I can be turned into stone because I lust after women. You know what I mean? But if you don't lust after women, you're not gonna turn into stone. So if you're gay, if you're you know, like, if you're lesbian, or if you're a woman, you know, not if you're lesbian, if you're a woman, you can't turn to stone. If you're gay, you can't turn to stone. If you like this one track mind where women are not, you know, your priority, like, it's like on the last level of priority, you're not gonna turn into stone. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with enchantments. You know what I mean? Like, I can enchant people, but if for some reason a part of my psychology or a part of my demeanor is something that they are completely not interested in, they're not going to be enchanted. You know what I mean? So I'm not blocking people. I'm not forcing people to look at me. I'm not, you know, not doing none of that things. I'm just appealing to a part of your brain. It's psychological, right? So magic is a very much psychological. You know what I mean? And you know, so this guy is like, so he's using the word unbalanced because I said that in my video. It's for unbalanced people. Love magic is for unbalanced people. Love magic is for people that don't believe in themselves. Love magic is for people that give. First of all, if you're doing love magic, you're giving more worth to the person than they actually are worth. Like, let's say You think that person is a jackass because he did some bad shit to you, right? And you think he's a jackass. You still love him. You still love him. There's a fine line between love and hate. There's a fine line between love and hate. If you hate someone, you kind of love them at the same time. You know what I mean? If you hate someone, you kind of love them at the same time. Because you know, like, you don't tell yourself, I'm better than this mother effer. Um, I can get whoever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can get whatever I want. If he's missing that shit, well, that's his problem. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna, have my time in the sun. So when you take time out of your everyday life to go and try to, you know, have some revenge on somebody, is because you like them. It's because you want them to be part of your life, and they're going to be part of your life. They're going to be part of your life forever, in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. You know what I mean? It's a karmic link. You know what I mean? You did that to that person, so now you are karmically linked to that person. So when you die and you come back, this person is going to be around you again. You know what I mean? That person's going to be around you again. That person's going to hurt you again. He's going to do the same things again. And you're probably going to take revenge on them again. And over and over and over and over and over. You're going to go to hell. That's what hell is. You know what I mean? It's the same shit over and over and over again. So, like, you're karmically linked to this person. You know what I mean? You're building a story that doesn't need to exist. And if you do that to a bunch of people, well, those souls will, at some point, it's gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? You're gonna start hearing voices. You're gonna be haunted. You know what I mean? You're gonna get haunted. So that's why you don't need to do that sort of shit. You know what I mean? For right now, it's all good. For right now, it's all good. For right now, it's fine. For right now, everything is good. Everything is good, fine. But a couple of years later down the road, you're gonna get hit with a blockage. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna try to do some shit, and it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna start hearing voices. The voices gonna gonna start telling you, "Well, do you remember when you did that shit to me?" Like, people are not gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, cause you're gonna have this nasty karmic aura about you. You know what I mean? Like, so, cause that's not what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're attracting bad karma. You're attracting bad karma to yourself. What you're supposed to do is not give a shit about the nigga. You know what I mean? I'm not saying if the guy, beat you up, during the relationship or some shit like that, that's just revenge. That's not love magic. You just, that's just revenge. Period. You know what I mean? That's understandable. But if you're like just butthurt that he go out with another girl, you're just butthurt that he cheated, you're just butthurt, and you're gonna hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Because that motherfucker ain't worth it, and you're making him worth it, right? Because if you take revenge on him for cheating on you, you're making him worth it. You're making him worth giving a piece of your soul in order to have something happen to the dude, right? So that's why you don't do that kind of shit, and that's why I feel like, and you don't need to know all that. You don't need to know all that. But at the end of the day, on a psychological level, if you're a good looking girl, if you're a good looking woman, and you can have any dude you want, go have any dude you want. You know what I mean? Like, if it fucks with you so much that somebody did some bad shit to you, it's because you got too much ego. You know what I mean? You got too much ego. Like, you know what I mean? You got too much pride. I know that's funny to sound from me, it's funny to hear from me because I'm the sin of pride, but at the same time, that is what it is. It's because you got too much pride. You know what I mean? You got too much pride, you got too much ego, and you think that your shit don't stink, and you can't be the kind of person that bad shit happens to. I feel the same way. But you got to snap out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to snap out of it at some point. You snap out of it, you go do your shit, you go get some more success, you go just concentrate on your success. I mean, like, concentrate on your success. I mean, like, you want to take revenge of the nigga, you want a motherfucker to crash his car or some shit like that, fine. But, and you feel like he's going to hurt for doing that shit, but you know what's going to hurt even more? If he sees you walking around with a good looking man, if he sees you walking around with your pockets is laced, right? You got money in your pocket, and you're walking around with a good looking man, and that nigga treats you good, like, you know, he opened the door for you. He comes, he picks you up out of date in front of his house with a rose in his hand and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like a Casa fucking Nova. You know what I mean? Like everything that he ain't. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how do you think that nigga's gonna feel, bro? It's gonna be like broken shit. It's gonna be, you know, whatever. It's gonna be like, you know, his whatever self with the other girl that ain't bringing him nothing except maybe some punani from time to time, and he sees you all around town doing shit. You know what I mean? Like being you know, being the queen and shit like that. So, or the king, because there's some dudes that might be interested in, you know, that it's not just girls, it's not just dudes that do bad shit, girls do bad shit too. You know what I mean? So that shit's gonna destroy a person, man. Like that shit destroy somebody, bro. Like me personally, like, and this is where it gets dangerous though, like, because it destroys the person. The person's might, some people might like try to get some revenge on you for that shit, right? Like they might try to get it. Then that's when you start doing the magic. You know what I mean? You fuck that nigga up. You know what I mean? If he can't take the fucking, you know what I mean? Like if he can't take the heat and he's still coming around, that's when you tear that nigga to pieces. You know what I mean? You know, you tear that mother effort to pieces, bro. Like that shit happens to me. Some people, like, you know, some girls be looking at me and shit. You know, they think I'm successful because I got a YouTube channel and shit, and you know, people get jealous for small things. You'd be surprised. Like I have like 160, you know, subscribers. There's some people out here that are jealous of me because I got 160 subscribers. So you know what I mean? Like people get jealous for no stupid reason. So you know, but that's why I got the magic for, man. If you start fucking around, I'm gonna tear your ass up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tear your ass up. But I know that shit be hurting you though, like, cause you hurting inside. You wanna do something, you don't know what to do. You try to throw rocks and shit. You try to throw tomatoes, and you know that shit hurts you, and it pains you. You're in pain, and you're in constant pain. That shit might last for years. You know what I mean? Cause you know you fucked up. You know you fucked up, and then that could have been you. That could have been you instead of the other person that you with. So that's, you know, that hurts too. That's something that's damaging. You know what I mean? Like that is really damaging, bro. Like if you see somebody else with your girl and shit, you know that could have been you, and she looking fine and everything is all, man, that shit could have been me, man. I fucked up. You know what I mean? That shit is damaging, bro. Like you'd be very surprised how much damage that causes somebody. So most of the people that go and get love magic done or some form of revenge magic done, that shit, you know, you're unstable, man. Like it's true, you're unstable. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to sound disrespectful and shit like that, you know, because I'm not a professional psychologist or a professional therapist, so I can't get into more details than that. You know what I mean? It's like giving you a diagnosis on cancer and I don't know shit about cancer. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I can't really give you a real diagnosis on, I mean, sure, I know some shit about therapy, but at the end of the day, I'm not a licensed practitioner. So you don't have to believe what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's basically, and most people are not gonna believe what I'm saying because I'm not a licensed practitioner. You know what I mean? So I can't really talk about shit I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but as a man of experience, you know what I mean, as somebody that has been in the dating world, you know what I mean, as a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader, I would tell you that you need to, you know, have a better understanding of yourself and to love yourself more, bro. Because if you're looking out for revenge when somebody pain you and shit like that, is because you got too much ego, you know, and you don't believe in yourself. Like, because you're kind of like saying like, this nigga was the one and he hurt me. No, he wasn't. You got a learning experience. You had something to learn. It was a learning experience. There was something you had to learn through that. There's a reason why he cheated. There's a reason why he cheated. It might be your fault. It might not be your fault. And maybe it's because the type of person that you're attracted to. So you're gonna go out and curse every man that goes out with you. You make no fucking sense. You don't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like if you choose a specific kind of guy, and that specific kind of guy always hurting you, and then you stop going out with this guy, and then you go out with another guy, but it's the same kind of guy. He does the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. You see what I mean? So the problem is not the guy. The problem is you. Whether it was your fault he cheated or not, at the end of the day, you are the fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like you're the fucking problem. It's the life choices that you make. It's the decisions that you take, and it might be on some ego shit, or maybe you're too much of a good girl. You know what I mean? Like you keep giving chances to dudes that don't deserve all the efforts that you put in. You know what I mean? That could be the fucking problem too. You know what I mean? So the point is, so you're missing the point. So you're missing the point. The point is not that you should go take revenge every time somebody hurt you. The point that you're missing is you got to change your attitude towards people. You know what I mean? You got to be less of a doormat. You got to be less you got to be less of a doorknob. You know what I mean? Or you got to be a little bit more of a doorknob. You know what I mean? Because everybody's different. Everybody got, you know what I mean? So you stop going out with ratchet dudes. Stop going out with player looking motherfuckers. Stop. If that's not your kind of life, that's not your kind of life. Oh, but he looked good. He got a big dick and shit like that. Yeah, that's fine and dandy. But there's plenty of other guys that look good and they got big dicks, but they have different personalities. So go swim in the sea. You know what I mean? Don't stop yourself at one dude, because you're stopping yourself at one dude and you're missing everything else that the world has to offer. You know what I mean? And then you hanging around with the only person in the world that does voodoo, and the only person in the world that's part of a secret society, and the only person in the you know what I mean? I don't think you want to hang out with the only person in the world that knows all that shit. You know what I mean? Because he's the only person in the world. He's the only person in the world that owns everything that he owns, bro. Nobody else has the shit that he has, bro. The shit's crazy to me, man. So, you know what I mean? So you don't want to hang around with motherfuckers like that, man. You need to take your life in control. You're the one in control of your life. You can do whatever you want. And anyways, man, I'm going to go as far as saying that you can, like, if you know how to use your karma, if you become spiritual, you don't need somebody to do love magic on somebody. Because as soon as somebody hurts you, they're going to get hurt back. You know what I mean? I had a situation where somebody tried to hurt me, bro, and they got hurt. It was instant karma. You know what I mean? Like demons were swarming the person, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, or even El Mary, he's talking all that shit, and he's the one that caught the flack. You know what I mean? And now, if you're looking at what they're doing now, like this nigga's talking about like this the paranoid schizophrenia, but everybody, like some people, like I said before, on the left-hand path, we're talking about one world order, and it feels like El Mary is trying to defend these people based on the video that I made. You know what I mean? So that shit's kind of weird right there. You know what I mean? Like that's already kind of suspicious. You know what I mean? They did the video at the same time. The two guys did the video at the same time. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It was a weird coincidence, if you ask me. But hey, I don't know. You know what I mean? I know what I know. You know what you know. You decide. You know what I mean? All I know is, because all these niggas lying, that gives me a lot of space to become a spiritual leader. This gives me a real chance and a real space to become a spiritual leader, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a spiritual leader. Everybody that follows me, everybody that listens to my channel, keep following. You know what I mean? Give me some juice too. Keep following. I'm there, bro. Like I'm gonna do this, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna need some help too to do this shit. I'm gonna need some help too. I'm not gonna do all of this by myself. I'm gonna look for people to, some people that are, capable and willing You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna give all my secrets and shit like that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to like, I'm gonna give you guys a workshop and things like that. You know what I mean? So the book is coming. The book is coming pretty soon. I'm gonna give you guys a workshop and all that shit. We're gonna create a workshop. You know what I mean? We're gonna create a community. It's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Like I am the one and only spiritual leader here, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys. Because I'm telling you, like, my shit is crazy. Like, a lot of people don't believe me. A lot of people like, underestimate me, bro. But my shit is wild. It's insane, bro. Like, I'm crazy. I'm nuts. I'm a paranoid schizophrenic. I'm an unbalanced paranoid schizophrenic, bro. Wow. But how does that, like, how this is okay? Like, y'all, hey, I do call this guy stupid a lot, but shit, man. I mean, like, think about it for 2 seconds. The guy, he's a guy. It's not like he's not part of any group. You know what I mean? If he's not, if he was, I would probably call him stupid, even if he wasn't part of any group. But this makes him extra stupid because he's talking from a standpoint where he is part of a lodge. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? Like, anyways, like, that's just wow. Paranoid schizophrenics, bro. And didn't I make a video like that? Two paranoid schizophrenics, a paranoid schizophrenic and Lucifer walk into a bar. You know what I mean? Like, where do you come up with these titles? You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't like, you thinking you don't even know what that means. You don't even know what it means to be a paranoid schizophrenic. You don't know what that means to be a paranoid schizophrenic. You don't know. And so, like, it's uh, bro, this is crazy shit, man. This is not happening. This is not happening, bro. Like, y'all been, hey, man, like, dude be just taking words out of people others' mouth and shit and just repeating it on this fucking, like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, what is this, bro? Like, this doesn't make no damn sense, man. Like, it don't make no sense, bro. It doesn't make no sense, bro. Hey, first of all, I fucking destroyed all these fucking people. And I'm about to destroy some more fucking people, man. I'm about to destroy some more people. I don't know. I understand you don't want to just see me destroy people. But in order to create, you must first destroy. That's it. I mean, everybody want to talk about they gods. They want to be gods. Have you ever destroyed before? No? Then you're not a god. Yet. I'm not saying that you can't be a god. I'm just saying, like, even the universe, you think I'm a bad guy, or you think I'm trying to lead you astray, or you think this and that and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But you try it. Why don't you try it? Do it the way you know how to do it. Do it with a pure heart. Be a goody two shoes. Nigga, give things to people and say that you are a god. Don't forget to say that you are a god, because that's important, because that's the goal. So you gotta know what the goal is. The goal is you want to be a god. And then come around and tell me that the universe didn't ask you to destroy something. I dare you. I double dare you. So you don't have to listen to me. You know what I mean? You can think I'm a bad guy all you want. You can think that I'm trying to, screw your mind up and blah, blah, blah. Or, I'm evil and shit like that. You can think whatever you want. But you try to do it. You try to do it. Do it. Try to become a god. See what happens. If you think the universe is not going to teach you how to destroy shit, nigga, you got another thing coming. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to tell you what it means to destroy shit, because you got to have the balls to become, you got to be bold to become a god. You got to have the balls to become a god. You got to take that shit in your hands. You got to take the reins in your hands. And a woman can be a god too. It's just that women ain't fucking, don't fucking care. You know what I mean? But women can be gods too. This is not a man thing. This is not at all, not even close to being a man thing. And I'm not gonna tell you why that is either. But it's not a man thing at all, bro. Women can be gods too if they wanted to. They just don't feel like it. They want dudes to take care of everything for them. You know what I mean? That's the world that we living on. Women want dudes to take care of everything for them. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, but if they wanted to, they go through apotheosis too. You know, because that's what it is. There's even a word for it. It's called apotheosis. You know what I mean? So that means I'm not the only guy that ever wanted to be a god in the history. There's a historical word behind it. It's called apotheosis. Is when you're learning how to become a god. That's what that word means. Is learning how to be a god. It's crazy shit. So humans were always had the capability of being gods, bro. If there's a word for it, that means like we are not the only ones that wanted to do that shit or that figure out how to do that shit. So, so you can think I'm a bad guy all you want, but at the end of the day, if you do that shit, that don't even listen to me. Don't like I'm challenging you. This is my challenge, right? Like don't listen to my videos for like 1 or 2 months, right? And go try to do that shit yourself. Go read some law of attraction shit. Go read some fucking uh um physics, theoretical physics and shit like that, and anything that can teach you how to be a guy. Go read that shit. Go follow that shit. Use the laws of attraction, to become a god and shit. To manifest that shit in your life, and then tell me it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You're gonna see some power. You're gonna see things happening. You're gonna be like, oh shit, this shit's really working and shit like that. And then at some point, the universe is gonna be like, okay, are you ready for the next step? And the next step is you gotta learn how to destroy, because that's what a god is. A god is a person that creates things. But in order to create, a god creates things, and you can't create anything yet, right? But in order to be able to create things, you got to learn how to destroy things. Because when you create something, it's like the soil. It's like growing fruits in the ground, right? You got to destroy the soil. You gotta use a toe or hoe. You gotta use a hoe. You gotta destroy the grass. You gotta destroy the grass. You gotta destroy the soil. You gotta turn over the soil, and then you can plant something in it. Once it's nicely destroyed, you can plant something in it. You can put whatever you want in it. You know what I mean? So if you're a god, that's what it means. You gotta understand that shit. It's not all fun and games. It's not all, kumbaya and shit like that. You gotta destroy something. You gotta destroy somebody. You gotta destroy something. Something gotta go. So a lot of people consider themselves being gods and shit, but you know what I mean? Have you ever destroyed? Can you create? You know what I mean? Like, can you create? I can create, bro. You know what I mean? Like, like, I can create, man. Like, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. So, anyways, I just wanted to give my little PSA on paranoid, unbalanced, paranoid, schizophrenic. Everything that I said, this nigga just repeated everything I said. He just used every word that I said in his fucking title, you know. And then he's talking about, this. Anyways, that's crazy shit, bro. Like, nigga digging his own grave, bro. Like, man. Anyways, it's crazy stuff. It's just mind blowing. Like if he wasn't part, if he at least he hadn't said that he wasn't part of a masonry group, I would get it. You know what I mean? But he actually said that he's part of a masonry group, and then he's like, okay, my masonry group exists, but that one doesn't. Like, like that's just stupid. It's like a gang. It's like a guy that has a gang. He dresses in red and shit like that, and he has a gang, right? But then he tells you, "Oh, the blood don't exist. Bloods don't exist, bro." Yeah, but you dressed in red and you have a gang. Like, why wouldn't the Bloods exist if you have a gang and you dress in red, and then people are talking about me another gang, about another gang that dress in red and shit, and their gang. So if you exist, I don't know why they wouldn't exist. Like, that shit doesn't make no sense to me, bro. Like, that's fucking crazy, man. Like, this motherfucker's out his fucking mind, bro. And you don't need to read books to figure out that shit, because every city has a masonry group. Like, he's part of a voodoo masonry group, but every city has an actual masonry group. Like, every city has their own mason group, like their own fraternity. Some fraternities got more territory than others, you know, but most cities got a masonry group in it, and sometimes it can be the same masonry group than there is in another city next to it and shit like that. But most cities got their own masonry group, bro. And most of these guys, they work with the church and everything like that, bro. So it's like shit rolls downhill, man. Like, masonry is actually over the church, you know what I mean? They actually regulate shit that happened in the church, you know what I mean? So shit is crazy, man. This guy, like, and he's calling people paranoid schizophrenic. Like, that's insane. That's just insane shit. I mean, you don't even need to read. All you have to do is walk outside. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to read. All you have to do is walk outside, and you'll fucking see that shit. You know what I mean? And then you figure out all these guys, and then you fucking around with these guys a little bit, and then you end up knowing that they have reunions at the church. You know what I mean? And then and then. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm out of here, man. Have a good one. Peace out.